91% watching Heretics clips are not subscribed. Quick favour, hit subscribe. Free, takes 2 seconds, and helps us question everything together.
Your 49 days, it was 49 days?
49, yeah.
Were they, I guess it's still relatively recent, so for you to frame in your mind, were they some of the best times in your life? Were they the worst times in your life? Because I've heard you sort of say, gosh, I sort of wish it hadn't happened. I think you were joking, or I don't know. How do you feel?
I don't wish it hadn't happened, by the way. I don't wish it at all. It was... See, when we launched the mini budget, which was what I've been talking about, tax cuts, fracking, getting on with building across Britain, really trying to turn the economy around, that was very exciting because I had spent 10 years in government, a lot of the time being thwarted, either by my not very conservative colleagues or by the deep state, and not being able to do stuff. So to actually be able to do stuff was really exciting. So that was great. And I still think it's the right plan. It was the right plan. Britain would be in a much better state if we'd actually done it. And the fact that it was thwarted, and the day before we launched the mini budget, the Bank of England announced the sale of £40 billion worth of government gilts. They blamed us for the LDI crisis, which they caused. And in fact, they produced a report last year saying 2/3 of all the market turbulence in 2022 was caused by the Bank of England's failure to regulate LDIs, not by the mini budget at all. So I felt like we were scapegoated for their failings. Having said that, I don't think, without that experience of what happened, I don't think I would be advocating for as bold changes as what I'm saying now. It's that experience that really demonstrated to me how broken the British state was, because I'd been a minister in other departments, I'd had those battles, but I hadn't realised that even at the top, you can't actually pull the levers. And that to me shows something drastic needs to change. We need to get 350 MPs of sound mind who are committed, who are prepared to change the way the state works.
It's so sad that you got to that pinnacle and then still realised you couldn't actually affect change.
You might say it's sad, but isn't it better that I know that now?
But it's sad that it's better that you know about the sad thing.
Because otherwise what would be happening is we went, let's say I didn't exist, and we'd just gone from Boris Johnson to Rishi Sunak to Keir Starmer, and then we'd just think, well, Rishi Sunak wasn't any good, Keir Starmer's not any good, that's the problem. What I'm trying to do is expose the fact the problem is a lot deeper than that. It's not just that these people are incompetent or insufficiently conservative or human rights lawyers who don't care about Britain. There's actually another problem here, which is the state doesn't work.
Yeah, but that in itself is very sad. And on a personal level for you. Because
it's sad, but it's sad, but there is something we can do about it.
Yeah. I'm a negative person.
You are very negative, but it would be sad if Britain had been nuked and there's nothing we could do about it and it was a wasteland. But that's not. I think we're a great country. I think if you look at what we have given the world, from the Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights, to freedom of speech, the Industrial Revolution, we are a great country. Yes, it is sad that we're not doing that well at the moment, but it is fixable. And I'm just somebody who focuses on how it can be fixed.
The positive. Yeah. I know, I get that. And I'm happy we have people like you. And I need to stop being so negative. But when you realised you were going to be Prime Minister, that must have been the proudest moment of your life, maybe?
Exhilarating.
Was it the proudest moment?
Yeah, although it was, the thing about it is it happened so quickly and it was so surreal. I didn't have that much time to sort of think about it. I do live in the moment, so I was enjoying it, yes.
There's also that thing that it's an older Marx Brothers, I think it was, or probably it's actually Mark Twain or one of those, when they say, I would never belong to a club that would have me as a member. Groucho Marx. I'd never belong to a club that had me as a member. And I can imagine the feeling of sort of, wow, wouldn't it be amazing to be Prime Minister? And as soon as they make me that, I'd be like, well, it can't be that good anyway. Was there like a tiny bit of that? Like, well, whatever, now I'm Prime Minister.
No.
The beginning of your book is just like, whoa. like at the start, the first few pages, because I mean, you know, I'll let you because it's about the Queen. I'll let you explain that it's the first couple of days in power, and it's an amazing read. So please tell me about that.
So when I was elected as Prime Minister by the Conservative Party, I was told that the audience with the Queen was going to be in Balmoral, which was very worrying in itself because, you know, she would normally do it at Buckingham Palace, but she wasn't well enough to travel. So we travelled there, my husband and I. It was a very stormy day, and the plane always didn't land. There was a sort of gap that appeared in the sky that we got through, and we were able to land, and it was driving rain. And you know, when we get to Balmoral, the Queen greets me, and this is the thing, I had no idea that 2 days later she would die because she was in such fine form.